Chipped ham and football. That's what Pittsburgh does. What's up, everybody? Brian Batko with you from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette for another episode of the show. Thanks, as always, for joining us during what's becoming an increasingly busy time of the year for the Steelers between free agency, owners' meetings down in Palm Beach, Florida. We've got Jerry Dulac down there, and the draft, of course, less than a month away now. But today we are going to chat with a new Steeler on the defensive line. Daniel Ekuale started 16 games last year for the Patriots. He was kind enough to grace us with his presence this week, and it's always good to talk to a current player on the team and pick his brain a little bit. So I think that'll be a fun conversation and discussion with a new piece of the puzzle for Mike Tomlin and Teryl Austin's defense. And as always, we are brought to you by Pella. No better place to get new windows and doors installed in your home than Pella, who can help you save on your energy costs year-round. Schedule your free in-home consultation with your local Pella Windows and Doors to find the right product for your home and your budget. To do that, give them a call at 866-593-1560 to discuss your project further. That's 866-593-1560 to get started planning on your new windows and doors installation with Pella Windows and Doors of Pittsburgh. Right on the other side, we will be joined by Daniel Ekuale. All right, there he is, new Steelers defensive lineman, Daniel Ekuale. How'd I do on the pronunciation, Daniel? Is that pretty good?
You're doing good. You're doing a good job of it. Yeah.
All right. I think I looked up an old video of you. It might have even been coming out of college at Washington State where you said it yourself. So I figured I could get that right at least.
Yeah, that was
all right. Cool. And I say defensive lineman because I feel like in the Steelers scheme, D tackle, D end, you kind of have to be able to do it all. So, first off, thanks for your time today. It's great to get a current Steeler on the show. You signed a little late to be part of the first four additions who had their press conferences on the South Side down here, but we can have your own introductory presser here on our show for the fans. How's that sound?
Sounds great to me.
All right, awesome. Well, yeah, let's just get right into it. Obviously the opportunity was right for you here in Pittsburgh. The money was right, all that good stuff. But beyond the business angle of getting the 1-year deal done, what kind of attracted you to this situation here and your fit with the Steelers defense to try to, help them as a player, but obviously also help you build on what's been the most productive season of your career to this point in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, it was not a question at all for me signing with the Steelers. Knowing the scheme that I had with the Patriots, the defense that we ran over there, it fits in right in the profile that the Steelers run over there. The way the D-line plays over there, just using hands and just getting off blocks and making plays over there. So it was not like as soon as I hear Blake asking me about, the Steelers got involved with it, like my agent. And that's when I knew it right away. I was like, I think this is a perfect scheme for me to go play over there and not only just play there. This is another legendary or a history franchise coming from the Patriots and then going to the Steelers too, knowing their history of winning football games and stuff like that. So it was not even a question for me to like go to the Steelers, and then just knowing the history with Troy Polamalu that went there, like a own legend from Samoa too. So it was a good opportunity for me to just step in there and try to learn the defense now and moving forward and trying to work with the guys over there. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about Polamalu for sure a little bit later here, no doubt. But you mentioned, you're coming from the Patriots, and that's a lot of Lombardi trophies between the two cases there in New England and here in Pittsburgh. What was it you think last year for you, Daniel, that, I know your playing time was kind of up and down the few seasons before that. Why do you think you had that breakthrough year where you started 16 games and were such a, key piece of that defense?
I think for me, like when I went down with my injury third game of the season, like 2 years ago, it kind of like put, I was in a very dark place, like knowing like, this might be it for me. Like, I don't know if I might have another opportunity with how my season ended with my torn bicep. So when I came in, like one more year over there on my contract with the Patriots, that's when I got to tell myself, like, I was in a dark place, telling myself, like, this is a make or break year for me. So for me, just going out there, just put my best foot forward and trying to help the team win in any way it can. Like, and then because this sports is like, injury can happen, and it's just unfortunate situation with Christian that I was behind him and stuff like that over there.
Christian Barmore, yeah.
So when the situation happened, and I kind of stepped in, and then that's when I told myself, like, this is it for me. Like, I gotta go in here. It's either this is gonna be my year to get me another year in the league, or is it's not going to be? So I think for me, just going out there, just play my best foot forward, and just trying to play good football. So I was just very fortunate for it, and all glory to God. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going to learn the Tomlinisms once you get here, but one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity is definitely one of
Absolutely.
the head guys'
So I appreciate
favorite
that for
things.
sure.
And I think it's also probably a testament to your perseverance, right? I mean, not a lot of guys who kind of have their breakthrough season at age 30, because if you don't
Yeah.
get to it before that point, a lot of the not for long league, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, was it difficult at all to kind of to stay down and stay committed to that? Because it's not like that was your first team either. Browns to the Jags to then the Patriots.
Yeah. Not really. I just feel like it's for me, if I put the work in and stuff like that, like I feel like all these things will come out to light. So I think for me, like last year, like you said, like not a lot of guys are like when they turn this age, it's like they
It
start
clicks.
to
Yeah.
go down and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Just so it's just for me, I just feel like I'm in the peak of my career now. And just keep going and keep putting in the work every day, and just knowing like expect these uh stuff to come out when I go out there in the field, because knowing that I put the work in every day. So yeah.
And I guess that's kind of ingrained in you as well when you're part of the undrafted clan, right? So
Right.
that's something you got to basically you've got to try to pull yourself up the minute you get to the league, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You coming in as undrafted a player out of Washington State. I think it's just for me, just getting my foot in the door, and just from there, I just gotta take it one day at a time, and just knowing like what to do and what to expect from all these coaches and all these places I've been with Jacksonville, Cleveland, now with the Patriots too. Just following the guys that's in front of me, like vets, and doing the right things and doing the things the coach is asking me to do. So I think just for me, as an undrafted player, just make sure you're doing the right thing all the time. So yeah.
Well, Mike Tomlin was asked about you Monday morning of owners' meetings and pointed your ability to identify run schemes, really be an anchor point for them defensively, especially on the early downs. Is that a pretty accurate, concise scouting report from the big guy there, Daniel?
Yes, absolutely. I think when I went to the Patriots, that's when I felt like I played my best ball over there with New England. The great Bill Belichick, uh, just breaking down films and just knowing like the offensive scheme and all that stuff, expecting blocks, how to play blocks, and how to get rid of blocks and making plays. So that's when I feel like I played my best ball when I went to the Patriots. And Bill breakdowns a lot of film and knowing like if the running backs are here, a lot of the like tight ends on the line and stuff like that, just knowing the blocking scheme. So when you go into the game, you expect these things to come, and then you anticipate as quick as you can, and just uh, get off blocks and just trying to make plays. So when I got the call from Tomlin too, like the day he said like he watched my film last year, knowing like how did I attack blocks, and knowing like I was like visualizing all the blocks that's coming like before I even attacked them. So I was really appreciated for that, like knowing there's people out there like watching my film, because I take pride in everything that I do. So when I do it, I got to do it the right way.
Do you have any? Obviously, you mentioned him from an X's and O's standpoint, but playing for Bill Belichick, any good little stories or anecdotes with him from a personal standpoint, Daniel? Because obviously, he was coming to sort of the end of his Patriots time when you were there. And now he's at UNC. I know he likes the guys to keep it pretty buttoned up media wise, but anything you can share from your time with Bill?
Nah, man, I don't got anything for Bill, but Bill's my guy, man. He's a great dude. He's a great coach, for sure. So, but yeah, best of luck with Bill over there at UNC. So yeah.
I always like to ask new Steelers this, both for fans and for my own personal info. Do you have any connections to guys on this team or the staff or anything like that that will be cool for you from a personal standpoint coming in here to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, of course I played with Isaac. So Isaac's Seumalo. I've been with him till we've been doing a lot of off season together and stuff. I've known him since we've been playing against each other when he was at Oregon State and I was at Washington State. So I know quite a bit about Isaac.
Does
We've
Isaac
been doing some
Seumalo
stuff.
talk trash, Daniel?
Say that again.
Does Seumalo talk trash? Because, I mean, he barely
I don't
talks at
think he
all.
do a
What's it
lot of
like playing against
nah.
him?
Nah, I don't think he does a lot of talking on the field and stuff. So yeah, but Isaac's my guy. Isaac's my dog. So I'm happy for me to go to be there with him. And the other dude too. I'm in training out here in Arizona with this Leota
Okay.
linebacker. So yeah, so it's pretty So I'm happy to be out there with the guys. So yeah,
So you know Isaac on a personal level too, then
I do know
beyond
Isaac on a
football.
personal level. Yep.
Well, what's he like? He's kind of an enigma here in Pittsburgh. You know, it seems like he's kind of surly, keeps to himself, but obviously knows the game so well. Son of a
Yeah.
coach, he's a technician.
Right. I mean, Isaac's a very like quiet individual, but I feel like he's all about his work when you get on the field. So you can tell by everything that he does on the field and off the field. But once you get to know Isaac, Isaac's a very great human being. So to be around him and just knowing who he is. So, but yeah, Isaac's a very good dude.
How much do you look forward to playing alongside and learning under a franchise icon like Cam Heyward here on this D line?
Oh, I'm excited for that one. Like, I was happy. I got a text from him when I got signed over there, so that was pretty good. I got a text message from him because when I got the text, I was on the golf course with all my boys, and as soon as I got the text, I looked to them. I showed it to them. Hey, I got the text from Cam. This is crazy. Like, this is Cam here. What we're talking about. This dude's like in his 15 or whatever season he is in, and he's still playing at the highest level. So I feel like it's going to be an honor to play alongside Cam, a Hall of Fame player. So it's going to be awesome too to learn a lot from him too as well. So yeah.
He's always, collapsing pockets from the right side of that line. He's been doing it for so long. What can you kind of tell fans who, haven't watched the film and broken it down like Mike T about your style, Daniel, and your versatility? Because me just trying to do my own research, it seems like you're a pretty versatile guy who can play up and down the line and maybe allow the Steelers to do some different things with a young guy like Keeanu Benton, or if they go out and draft somebody too to try to get younger and replenish the depth on this line.
Right. I think it's just me just coming in there and just use my God-given ability to come out there and just trying to like help the team in any way I can, whether I play the 3 tech out there in the 5 or inside the nose too. So for me, just coming in there, just provide that depth and that energy for the D line, just trying to make plays and trying to help the team in whatever way Mike T asked of me. So yeah.
What I think is one of the coolest things I found out about you, and we mentioned it at the beginning, coming here, Daniel, is your connection to Troy Polamalu, one of the most beloved Steelers of all time. I know you growing up in American Samoa, Pongo Pongo, right? That's how you say it.
Sir.
I was going to say I've read and written a lot about Troy over the years. I did not cover him. That was before my time on the beat, but I know he did a lot to give back to people who are Poly and Samoan. Can you tell me a little bit about your admiration for him as a kid and kind of what his story means to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Troy is a very iconic person back home in Samoa. So I grew up my whole life in Samoa. So when we had when we heard about Troy Polamalu coming in, I think it was 20. I can't remember. I think it was 2010 that we heard the news that Troy's bringing like a lot of NFL players, and he's bringing a camp back home in Samoa. Mind you, this when we hear something like this is huge back home on the island. Like it's like the president of the United States coming home to Samoa. That's how we feel about like Troy came back to Samoa. He brought Ryan Clark, so many NFL players that he brought back home to host his first annual camp that he hosts back in Samoa. It was legendary. It was very nice. Till this day, I still remember that day that he came back home. So for us, when we saw him came back home to the island, give back to all the kids back home and trying to provide like a spark for all of us that are trying to make it out there in the island. So when he came back home over there, I think that burst a little extra motivation for me to like saying like if Troy can make it, like I feel like all of us can make it, and especially for us Islanders that come from a small island back home in Samoa, all we need is a chance. So if we can get a chance out there, I feel like we could just work our way to the top and just keep working every day. So yeah.
How many future NFL players were in that camp? It was more than just you, right? Weren't there a lot of guys who got a chance to attend that and kind of be
It was a lot of us.
Yeah,
A lot of us that Frankie Louvu was over there too. Frankie Shalom. It was a ton of us that was in.
Was Panay Sewell there at that time? I remember
It was
doing a story on
Panay
him.
Sewell was over there too. Yeah, Panay was over there as well. It was a couple of them too. Like all Panay siblings was over there too that played for the same. Yeah, it was a couple of us that was over there. We were so young when Troy came back home, so it was a cool moment and experience that it will last a lifetime for us to remember as well.
So did you grow up a Steelers fan because of that, or did you have rooting interests elsewhere?
Nah, I grew up a Giants fan, man, but I was a huge Troy fan. So I was a huge Troy fan. James Harrison, Ryan Clark. So, but yeah, I was a Troy brought Ryan Clark back home too for the first time seeing him out there. It was cool though.
Yeah, I know the guy the Steelers drafted in the first round last year, Troy Fautanu, also,
Yeah,
grew up loving the Steelers because of Polamalu. So even
yeah,
guys who didn't grow up,
right,
over on the island, that's huge for them. Is it gonna be cool to just put on that same jersey
for sure.
that he will get a chance to uphold that?
Right, that is true.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna hit you with a couple quick hitters before I let you get out of here, Daniel. A lot
Sounds
of the
good.
talk right now in the NFL is about the tush push, whether they should ban it. As a defensive lineman yourself, what are your thoughts on the play? Trying to stop it, and if you want to weigh in one way or the other, what the league should do about it.
Man, I don't know. I feel like if we ban it, I feel like for us D linemen, like because we're in the front of the line. So I'm not for it and I'm not against it. So I don't know. Like if they ban it, whatever. But if they keep it, so we just gotta stop it. I feel like that's the end of the. At the end of the day, we just gotta stop the plays because that's that's the reason why all these teams are trying to ban the plays now because we can't stop it. But I feel like if we could, I don't have a problem with it. But I just feel like once a team figure out a way to stop it, I feel like everybody's gonna follow that pathway there to trying to stop this play. Yeah.
What about the player safety aspect of it? I mean, a lot of the coaches who are against the tush push and say, well, it's because of, it's a weird play. It's putting guys at risk, not because we can't stop it, but who knows what the actual ulterior motive is. But do you feel like that play is any less safe than, any other sneak or short yardage run?
Yeah, I feel like I'm all for it with player safety at this point. So, um, what if they say it's for player safety, then I'm all for it to taking it out. But for player safety, it always comes first in the league right now at this point. So it's whatever with me.
Gotcha. There's another, one of the other talking points right now in Steeler Nation is about a certain quarterback who may or may not be signing here. Definitely visited here. Definitely a guy you played against a couple times
Yeah.
last season in Aaron Rodgers. What's the Daniel Ekuale, scouting report on facing him from the opposite side of the line of scrimmage last year with the Patriots against the Jets?
Oh yeah, I faced Aaron Rodgers a couple of times too when we went over there with Green Bay. I
Sure.
played it a couple of times, and then of course with the Jets too. So I think Aaron Rodgers I feel like he still got some fire underneath him. Like I feel like last year with the Achilles injury, I feel like he's gonna bounce back big this year. So me playing against him, uh he's a very elite like on that level, like knowing defense, like making checks, all these stuff that all these offenses know. So I feel like with A Rod, man, like I just hope the Steelers get him. So
Can
that's
he
why I'm
still
looking forward to
can
it.
he still
So
drift around in the pocket like he always used to do, and then leave D linemen kind of
yeah,
grabbing for
like
air and wondering where he
yeah,
went?
last year I think Thursday night I let him escape out of the pocket one time, and I kind of underestimated his. I thought he was still kind of slow from the Achilles
Well, I was gonna
injury.
say nobody's gonna confuse him for Lamar. He's not gonna take off and
But
run
yeah,
like he even did
absolutely,
early in his career. But he always had that kind of nifty, nimble pocket
yeah,
awareness that Cam. I mean,
absolutely.
Cam would always
So
talk about that before facing
yeah, so when he escaped that pocket on Thursday night down in MetLife.
him.
And then I kind of like miscontained, and I saw him. I was like, "Oh my god! I didn't know this dude still got it in him after that Achilles injury that he had." But yeah, I think A Rod still got it in him. So whatever happens the next couple of weeks, so I'm hoping if he can come to the Steelers. So yeah,
All right, just like all of us, we're waiting to see, Daniel. All right, I'll
let me
leave you with
see.
this last question. Ask you about some of the guys you might be familiar with from the Steelers. Anybody on this team that you're either looking forward to playing with, who you maybe aren't as familiar with, or maybe somebody that you've matched up with against in the past, other than Isaac, who you're like, man, I hated playing against that guy. We'll get a chance to kind of iron sharpen iron in camp, and maybe bury the hatchet if we had any moments of talking smack, or he got you, or you got him, or anybody like that who comes to mind.
Yeah, I'm excited to play with Isaac. I only played Isaac one time. That was my rookie year when I was in Cleveland, and we played against each other when he was a center there with Philly, and I
Hmm.
played with Cleveland my rookie over there. It was during preseason, but I'm excited to play with Isaac. I'm excited to play alongside T.J. Watt, Cam Heyward, all those iconic players over there, all those Hall of Fame players over there. So I'm excited to play there with them. So for me to having the opportunity to play us alongside them, hopefully creates all these one-on-one matchup and stuff like that, and trying to win those one-on-one matchup as well. So for me, learning from those guys and trying to do everything that they're doing, like their routine is seeing what they do, taking care of their bodies and stuff like that. Just taking each gem from them and knowing what to do and just how to be a pro and just keep elevating my game along with those guys. Yeah.
And I assume you're ready for these knockdown, drag-out fights in the AFC North with, the Ravens had the Steelers number last year, but the Browns games, as you've seen from the other side, are always physical, and those two teams don't like each other very much. So I imagine you're looking forward to all those meetings too.
I'm looking forward to all of them.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much, Daniel. Anything else you want to, leave our viewers or fans with here before I let you go?
I'm just excited to be out there, just trying to get to work and ready to be a Steeler and just help this team whatever I can, man.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. There goes Daniel Ekuale, NFL vet signing with the Steelers now, one of their new defensive linemen. We'll see you at OTAs. All right. Thanks for your time, Daniel.
Thank you.
Take care. All right. There he goes. Appreciate everybody for checking out the show today. Always good to have Colonel Steeler on, especially somebody who you all want to get to know a little bit better here as he comes through. And, he clearly has an appreciation for the history of it and what he's going to be asked to do here on the defensive line, whether they do or do not spend a first-round pick on somebody. So thanks, as always, for joining us here on Chipped Ham and Football. We're going to have plenty more shows with you throughout the week. We've got a lot of content coming from owners' meetings with Jerry Dulac down there in West Palm Beach, Florida. Always such a tough, difficult assignment to be at the breakers there with all the movers and shakers in the NFL. And, of course, more North Shore Drive podcasts throughout the rest of the week, too. This has been Chipped Ham and Football, brought to you by Goldberg, Persky, and White. If you were diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer, call your local attorneys at Goldberg, Persky, and White. For more than 40 years, their firms represented thousands of lung cancer and mesothelioma victims. So call 1-800-COMPLEX or visit gpwlaw.com for a free consultation. I'm Brian Batko signing off. Thanks for checking it out. We'll be back soon here on the Post-Gazette YouTube channel.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.